A very good morning to one and all present here. I am Aarti Agarwal from the Department of Tourism Studies, Pondicherry University, and I, alongside Raja Banerjee, will be hosting the inaugural session for Akanksha 2024. It is a matter of great delight to have you all in person for our flagship event. Also, a very, very happy International Women's Day to all the wonderful women out there. So we'll start off.
Good morning all. So before we reflect upon the event we're here for today, I'd like to shed some light upon the university and its contribution towards the progress of our country. Pondicherry University, which was established in 1985, is spread across over 800 acres of land and is the epicenter of research and innovation in the country. Pondicherry University stands amongst the top universities in the country with regards to teaching, research, and graduate outcome. Akanksha, which is our flagship event of the department, intends to bridge the gap between academia and industry by conducting various competitions and inviting renowned speakers to reflect upon the trending issues.
We would now like to play a video delineating the journey of DTS so far. The Department of Tourism Studies, Pondicherry University, launched Masters in Tourism Administration program in 1991, which was changed to Masters of Business Administration (TA) in 2002, followed by Masters of Business Administration (TTM) in 2018, along with Doctorate program in 2007. The journey from Center of Tourism Studies 1991 with the financial support of Ministry of Aviation and Tourism to the Department of Tourism Studies is an amalgamation of both collective efforts and individual contribution that has paved the way to success at present. The Department of Tourism Studies helps the students in mastering the art of management and acquire skills along with the knowledge of the subject to excel in the field of tourism.
And now, it is my immense pleasure to invite Professor Anuchandran, Head of Department of Tourism Studies, to give the welcome address.
Namaste, Vanakkam, good morning, Labyrinth. To all respected academic and administrative heads of Pondicherry University, esteemed guests on the dais and off the dais, resource persons, faculty members, scholars, students, and non-teaching staff. So greetings to all of you on the occasion of Akanksha 24. At the same time, special greetings to all our women guests, colleagues, students, and scholars on the occasion of International Women's Day. Incidentally, shortly after this inaugural session, we have a panel discussion on women in tourism trends and challenges, in which we have the entire panel constitutes women resource persons, panelists. So it coincides with this occasion. And the real flavor of Akanksha is through its offline direct endeavors. During COVID time, we all were discussing that we are not quite having that pulsating effect, yes, when we were having the sessions online. And you can very well make out, for the benefit of the guests who are coming here for the first time, this is our flagship program, incepted right from the start of the department. That time it was Center for Tourism Studies, as you could make out. And it was Master of Tourism Administration, and it is our institute industry interface event. And that has, over a period of time, helped us to create a brand for Department of Tourism Studies as DTS. And it has paved the way for fetching us a lot of placements and making our department visible in the industry and academia circles. And this time for Akanksha 24, we are standing on the pedestal of almost obtaining 60% placement for our students. So shortly after, during this session itself, we are requesting our guest and our Honorable Vice Chancellor to distribute the offer letters, not to all, but the group representative of a particular company who will come here and collect it. So it is quite a arduous task now for placement, because earlier we have had a screening mechanism constituting entrance exam for the department and the group discussion and interview, or that the trend has changed. At the same time, within the limited time, we are trying our maximum to equip the students. That is why tomorrow there is a session, equipping DTSCNs to be proactive tour leaders, tour professionals, in which that is an alumni panel, in which we will have the panelists constituting the alumni members. So on this note, I would delve into my responsibility of welcoming all the guests and dignitaries for this Akanksha 24. At the outset, let me welcome Professor Ajita Livina, Professor and Director, Vidzim University of Applied Sciences in Latvia. She is the chief guest of this function. And Professor Ajita, this is her second visit to Pondicherry University. Earlier, she had visited at the time of signing the MOU, and ultimately it resulted in me and Professor Sampath Swine. We had visited Vidzim University during October, November last year, and Madam is of great support and guidance to us. We are working on, we have already applied for European Commission Erasmus capacity building project on tourism and service management. It was a mammoth effort, and she led from the front. On behalf of our university also, she was doing a lot of good work to recommend us and to push it forward. But whatever, whether we are most likely to get it, even if we don't get it, the rapport, the synergy between Vidzim University of Applied Sciences and Pondicherry University does matter a lot. We see it from that dimension, and on this note, I would welcome you, Madam, to this Akanksha Institute Industry Interface Event 24. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tharanikarasu, sir, I would welcome you. At the same time, I will offer profound gratitude to you for being our pillar of support, and his timely advice and guidance has taken us through many hurdles, and sir has set aside some time to attend all our function and inspire us. Thank you so much, sir, and I would formally welcome you to this Akanksha 24. We have the guest of honor, Sri Wilfred Selvaraj, sir, and he has created a rippling effect for Akanksha 24. You all know that he has instituted 3 certificates and cash prizes, cash awards. One for the Distinguished Alumnus Award, one for Outstanding Performance Award, and one for the Certificate of Academic Excellence Award, the certificate and the cash prize. And his relationship with the department is long-standing, and it is continuous and consistent. Sir, I would welcome you to this Akanksha 24. And Professor P. Natarajan, sir, he is Dean in Charge, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, Pondicherry University. It is an amazing elevation of theirs, the graphical projection in terms of their application, contribution to each and every component of this Akanksha 24 as it can be witnessed. And they, despite the limitations, they contributed their level best to the utmost fulfillment. And I would give cheers, I would congratulate you, and I would welcome you to this Akanksha 24. I would welcome all the non-teaching staff, our media team who has come, and Mr. Karthik and the team, and I would, from mass communication also, I would welcome them. I would welcome one and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for that very warm welcome. Just making use of a little privilege here and welcoming Sir, Professor R.C. Anuchandan, the head of the department. He was the pillar. He stood with us while we organized this event. Welcome, sir. So now it is time for the inauguration of Akanksha 2024 by the lamp lighting ceremony. I request Professor Anu Chandran to lead the guests for the lamp lighting ceremony.
And now it's my absolute honor to invite Dr. Sherry Abraham, coordinator of Akanksha 2024, to talk about the scope of this magnificent event.
Esteemed dignitaries on and off the stage, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for gracing us with your presence today. And today is International Women's Day, and happy International Women's Day to each one of you here. Here to all the amazing women who contribute their unique strength to make this world a better place to live. May your journey be filled with joy, equality, and endless opportunities. Today we celebrate you and all that you are. Cheers to the power and grace of all the women everywhere, as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, as a daughter, as a colleague, a partner, or a friend. So it is a wonderful day to have Akanksha coinciding today. And although it's International Women's Day, we don't achieve anything without our men. So it's not a competition between men and women. It is complementing the men and complementing the women. We work together to make this world a beautiful place. And thank you so much to each one of you. Respected dignitaries on the stage, Professor Tarnikarsu, officiating Vice Chancellor of our university, who has been a great support directly, indirectly, and always he has admired our department and stood by us. And every year, sir, with your help, we are doing it better and better. And this year, we give you a special thanks because you gave us a fund much before we could really start the work. So that gave us a lot of confidence. And this is because of your support, we would not have achieved till now. Thank you so much, sir. And chief guest, Professor Ajita Livina from Vidzem University, Latvia, Sri Wilfred Selvaraj, MD of LGT Holidays, Professor Natarajan, our Dean in charge, SOM, and Professor Y. Venkatrao, Dean, Students' Welfare, and a colleague, our Professor Anuchandran, our head, Akanksha Student Coordinator, Mr. Muzamil, all the head of the departments from other departments, our invited guest from Latvia, Dr. Mahendra Reddy from Nitam Hyderabad, Dr. Raghu from Central University of Tamil Nadu, our Chief Librarian, Mr. Vijay Kumar, and Dr. Vijay Kumar, Mr. Naresh Mehta, like what Rao sir said, our permanent guest, and our scholars, our students, and each one gathered here. Greetings and a pleasant morning to each one of you. Akanksha Industry Institute interface embodies a crucial bridge between academia and the professional world. This dynamic interface cultivates a symbiotic relationship, fostering collaborations and knowledge exchange. Akanksha facilitates placements, internship, workshops, and mentorship programs, providing students with real-world exposure. Industry experts contribute insights, shaping curriculum relevance, while the students gain practice skills and align with current market demands. This synergy not only enhances employability, but also fuels innovation by integrating cutting-edge industry practices into academic frameworks. Akanksha thus acts as a catalyst propelling DTS students towards successful careers and steering them towards adaptability in the ever-evolving tourism and hospitality industry landscape. The department's dedication to molding students into consummate professionals truly is commendable. the department's commitment to fostering critical thinking, communication, and adaptability equips students with versatility required in today's dynamic job market. These unwavering efforts lay the foundation for a generation of professionals who are not only academically adept but also poised for success in diverse professional landscapes. The DTS students' talents are a testament to their remarkable enthusiasm and diverse capabilities, whether excelling in academics or showcasing artistic flair and demonstrating leadership quality. Each student contributes uniquely to the vibrant tapestry of our educational community. Their passion, innovation, resilience elevate the entire learning environment. The diverse array of talents, from academic achievements to artistic expressions, not only enriches the educational experience but also highlights the collective brilliance within the student body. This multifaceted talent pool not only reflects individual accomplishments but also promises a future generation ready to make meaningful contributions to society in various domains. In Akanksha 2024, after this inauguration, we will start with the first panel discussion on women in tourism, trends and challenges. We have 5 amazing women who will share their stories of challenges and success. The second panel is titled The Dynamics of the New Age Tourism Marketing, and we have 7 experts from travel and tour business, hospitality industry, NGO, and academics. Later part of the day, we have roundtable session on cross-cultural management in tourism education. Delegates from Vidzem University, Latvia, and our research scholars would be the participants. This roundtable format would encourage people open dialogue, collaboration, and exchange of best practices, aiming to improve the quality of tourism and tourism education with a focus on cross-cultural competencies. It will serve as a platform for stakeholders to collectively address the dynamic challenges posed by the diverse and global nature of tourism industry. And day 2 starts with special address by Mr. Umashankar Prasad Yadav, a senior scientist and Deputy Director General of Bureau of Indian Standards, who deliberate on the standards and conformity assessment, an essential tool for industry. Also, the BIS team would present the latest mandatory certification of quality control order. The next panel is the alumni panel entitled Equipping Dietitians to be the Professional Tour Leaders, the Roadmap. The purpose of this alumni panel is to provide a platform for former students, that's the alumni, to share the post-educational experiences, insights, and career journeys with current students. This interactive forum will serve multiple purposes, including offering guidance on career path, sharing valuable industrial perspectives, and fostering networking opportunities. The alumni panel will help bridge the gap between academia and the professional world, providing students with real-world insights and connections that can contribute to the academic and career success. And the day 2 will end with an official valedictory ceremony. Yes, the Akanksha does not end here. The grand cultural event of DTS is awaiting, where the performances will dazzle you, the artistry will inspire, and the cultural richness of Pondicherry University will be celebrated by all the attendees. I am sure it will be a memorable and enchanting experience for everyone involved tomorrow at 7 p.m. Wishing you all Akanksha, may each session be insightful and every discussion impactful, and may the connections forged lead to new opportunities. And best wishes and thanks to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That indeed taught us about how Akanksha is going to happen, what it actually means, how are we going to go about for the next 2 days. And I now invite Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor K. Tarani Karsu, to preside over the function and to deliver his presidential address. Professor Tarani Karsu is a recipient of Korean Research Foundation, Japan Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, and JSPS Postdoc Fellowship. Sir has also served as Registrar in Charge and Controller of Examination in Charge here at Pondicherry University previously. Now, Professor Tarani Karsu is the VC officiating and the Director Studies, Pondicherry University. Sir, it is my utmost pleasure to invite you.
Good morning, everyone present here. Chief guest Professor Akita Livina and all the professors and directors from the Vidzim University of Applied Sciences, Latvia, and our Dean of School of Management, Professor P. Nadarajan, and the faculty coordinator, Dr. Sherry Abraham, and the head of the department, Professor R.C. Anuchandran, and the guest of honor, Sri Wilfred Selvaraj, and Managing Director of LCD Holidays, and all the industries and academic side teachers, as well as the faculty members from the department and the research scholars of the department and the students. So it is a great honor to be part of this industry academic interface meeting. As all of us know, our department is doing excellently well in this field, and every year we used to have very detailed interface meeting between industry as well as the academic side. And in the last meeting also I mentioned that tourism department has to play a major role, because the tourism industry needs not only the MBA students, also the skill development based students also. Because at the advent of national education policy, we need many skill-based courses to be started here, and also we need to have more skilled professionals in the field of tourism industry. I hope this interface meeting will fetch more on this. And when it comes to the tourism industry, there are a lot of challenges, especially when I see the Pondicherry. I could see there are a lot of opportunities, but the challenges are more than opportunities now, because we don't have a very good airport. That is our major drawback. I was discussing with the Vidzim University and other dignitaries also. So if you have a direct connection between other cities, definitely we can develop more tourist destinations, and that is not our fault, but still our department can pursue on this. The government, we can impress upon the government also on this. And of course security in Pondicherry is not a major one, but in overall in India, security is one of the major concern. I understand this is also our department should concentrate on these also, and as a professionals you should also work on this, how to improve the in this aspect. And marketing and promotion also one of the very interesting area for the students, and where I could see there are a lot of opportunities in Pondicherry, but we are not able to market and promote well. If you see the Kerala in any advertisement, and when compared to Pondicherry, that Kerala advertisements are more. I am not saying we should not have the advertisement, but in Pondicherry there are many destinations we can go ahead and promote more for the whatever the destinations we have. And our advantage is the French connections. We can concentrate on the French connections and heritage buildings present in Pondicherry. I think tourism department of Pondicherry government is doing well, and we can also improve more on this. This is one of the topics where we can discuss on in this type of interfaces. and we have to also tell the locals what is the importance of business development when we develop the tourism industry in the areas where we have a lot of opportunities. Especially we have a very good seashore, but the local people, they should also understand how best we can utilize these opportunities. Then their living status also can improve. So these are some of the I feel challenges for us in Pondicherry especially. And if tourism industry develops, then definitely our student intake also, better students also will come to university for not only here but other departments also. So in that way your role is more for the university as well as the city, as our city is also smart city status. So we can also you can also work together with the government and propose more ideas to the government, and through the tourism department, tourism ministry. So as tourism is one of the major source of income for Pondicherry government, so we should play. I hope we are doing it already, but we have to give more proposal to them, more ideas to them, apart from our academic activities at Pondicherry University. And when it comes to the Pondicherry University is the major portion. Everybody look upon us for the ideas, for the any collaborations. So in this way, we have to have more interaction with both the government, and also Tamil Nadu government also we have to work on them, because their role to us also is major for the development of tourism industry. And our department is playing a very positive role on this, and I have been seeing every year their contribution is more. The student also I could see they are doing excellently well, and in that way I am very happy about this department. And but the tourism industry needs more and more our services, because since especially there is a department, there is a university, and especially concentrating on tourism sector, our society expects more from us. So in this way every year we are improving, as well as we are contributing more. So on this occasion of Akanksha 2024, I wish them best of luck for the year ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. You've spoken about some very key problems in India and in Pondicherry as well. And moving forward, in the absence of Professor Malvika Dev, the Dean of School of Management at Pondicherry University, I would like to invite Dean in Charge, Professor P. Natarajan, for the felicitation address.
Good morning to all of you. The dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, student friends, research scholars, it gives me immense pleasure to stand before you to greet the Department of TDS, the Department of Tourism Studies, for wonderfully arranging and initiating the annual event Akanksha. The most respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Dharnika Rasu, who is presiding over this Akanksha annual event, mega annual event, and the chief guest, Ajita Livinia, and her team from Vidzemi University, Latvia, and Mr. Wilfred Selvaraj, Managing Director, LGT Holidays, and faculty friends from the Department of Tourism Studies, and Professor Arul, Professor and Head the Department of International Business, Pondicherry University, and Professor Vijay Kumar, the Chief Librarian, Pondicherry University, who is the Information Officer of Pondicherry University, providing information continuously by means of upkeeping the library in a wonderful manner, and the faculty friends from other departments research scholars, and the invited guests, students. Once again, I extend a warm welcome for this mega annual event. TDS is known for events because they are teaching event management. So they are executing it. There is no second opinion that they are teaching event management to the students. They are, so hence, they are able to execute it in a wonderful manner, plan it and execute it in a wonderful manner. The department, I am witnessing TDS growth from the beginning. I am the, fortunately, I am the Vice Chancellor nominee for the department continuously for 6-7 years. I am associating with them, how the department is going on. And really, when I see backward, the department has grown leap and bound over the period of last decade. So every year, a kind of significant development growth is there. And they are able to recruit the students, admit the students with zero knowledge on tourism, almost. And they are making them a full-fledged personality in the field of tourism and sent to the market. That's how they are able to crack 100% placement every year. What about placement ratio now, this year? Current one. Current also placement is very nice, and Anuchandran has pointed out that they are going to issue some placement orders also now. So in that way, really, DDS, Department of Tourism Study, is one of the hallmark department in the School of Management of Pondicherry University, making a big noise, and they are able to give guidelines to the policymakers of Ministry of Tourism also. So to that extent, department has grown. And the UGC has identified it as a SAP department, and they have successfully completed 2 stages, 2 spells over. And by the by, I am very particular that the department is shaping the students in all 5 A's. 5 A's of tourism, broadly we can call accessibility. Come on, tell me. Accessibility, accommodation, attractions, amenities and activities. Now these 5 A's, as Vice Chancellor has pointed out, there are a lot of destinations which are not come to limelight. So university department and the students have to work on that. When we are doing it, definitely we will make our Pondicherry region as the tourism hub. Right now it's a tourism hub, but again there is a lot of potential to develop the center and make it as a tourism hub. And really throughout India, people are fond of coming over here, Pondicherry. Even recently, the Vice President of India has come. So he wished to come over here and arrange a program and come over here. And this is just one of the token I am telling you. Likewise, many officials and the bureaucrats and industrialists, they are fond of coming to Pondicherry. That is why Pondicherry is really a kind of Vedandangal to attract a lot of birds from across the world, I can say. So these 5 A's are being rightly or given to the students, and thereby they are making them fit for taking up the industry, whatever be the position, whether in the accommodation industry or the transportation industry or attractions, amenities and activities, whatever it is, they are able to shine. And recently you might have heard about tourism, MICE tourism and heritage tourism and the wildlife tourism, heritage tourism. These are all the very momental area, sustainable tourism also out of the day. So they are touching upon the contemporary areas in the field of tourism also. In that way, the tourism department is dynamically designing or updating the syllabus at regular intervals and imparting knowledge to students. Not only knowledge, they are giving them skills also, skill sets. So that is how when they are making them by giving knowledge, skills and values, really the DDS students are really competent enough to compete and get the placement. So that is the success of Department of Tourism Studies. In fact, it is one of the glittering sectoral MBA program in our School of Management. And they are arranging this annual mega event. Now I want to ask a question, Akanksha. What is the meaning of Akanksha? Meaning of Akanksha? What is the gender? Aspiration. Good. Give a hand to him. Akanksha is a name. Feminine gender or masculine gender? Have you heard? Feminine gender. So incidentally, it's corroborated today, coincide with the Women's Day. So again, another big hand to all of you. So incidentally, accidentally it happens that on March 8th, the International Women's Day, it coincides. So again, big applause to all students who have selected the date or fixed the date, either by default or by will. So it is really a rare coincidence. So every one of you take a vote that you have to work for fulfilling your aspiration. Akanksha is for aspirations. Akanksha is for desire and ambition. So you have to be very ambitious. with the help of, by means of equipping yourself with all the 3 C's, with all the KSV, knowledge, skills and values. Thereby, you will be a wonderful employee for tourism industry. And the tourism industry has a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities also. So this institute interface really gives you an opportunity to create a lot of collaborations and co-creation. Collaboration and co-creation is the hallmark of this interface even. So when you are meticulously arranging it and interacting with right now even 1.5 dozen, 2 dozen experts are sitting here. So that itself shows that function will be a grand success. It is not a mere ritual of annual event. It's a annual event with full of purpose, and that purpose could be capitalized very effectively by the student in the form of getting 100% placement. So this is how industry institute interface should be planned and executed. So I'm very particular in giving an appeal to our Honorable Vice Chancellor that this is one of the applied management department wherein the students are being molded for specific industry. They can get into the industry as an employee, as well as they can take a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities in that. Tourism entrepreneurship is another prominent area. And above all, in India, at the national level, there are few thrust areas. One among them is tourism. So though we come across that, during the COVID period, tourism industry has had a very big setback. Now, within a short span of 2 to 3 years, a kind of big resilience is taking place. Resilience is taking place, and they are working fast and see that whatever they lost, they are able to double it, triple it. So this is how the industry, it bounced back. So that shows that it has a lot of potential. So make use of the potential. Students who have come with, I think, zero knowledge on tourism, you are able to be molded here. You are getting an opportunity to equip yourself in a holistic perspective. Thereby, you will be a very good employee for the tourism industry, and you can serve for the people. And at the same time, you can take the heritage value of India across the globe. India has rich heritage features. So that has to be taken. It can be done only through tourism sector. And again, the tourism department can attract students from foreign universities in the form of remote control service. So remote controlling is again another strategy adopted worldwide, for which the tourism sector is very particular, with which we will be able to attract the foreign tourists also to India, which in turn gives foreign exchange enhancement and other things. So we can showcase our culture and heritage across the globe. So with which we will be able to preserve the rich traditions and heritage practices and heritage sites and destinations to India. And many heritage sites in India is being identified by UNESCO. UNESCO heritage sites, they are well maintained, and many of us may not be having an opportunity to see that. Go and see. Either it may be a temple, or it may be Ellora or Agenda. When you see that, you will be thrilled. You will be thrilled by seeing the skills of the people who have, with which they have executed wonders. Really. So occasionally in the latter part of my life only I get an opportunity, so that's why I could see that you can also share. So have the feel of going tour at least once in a year. Thereby you will be able to see all the places in and around India and cherish yourself. And with that image, you can, when you go abroad, you can spread the heritage values of India. So with these few words, I extend my hearty congratulations, and I'm happy to felicitate the department for taking up the initiative very nicely. And above all, I am doubly happy in greeting the student team who have nicely executed the event and make it successful. So this is again one of the hallmark event for successful execution of events. So once when you are proving yourself, that itself shows the world, outside world, yes, you are competent, you are capable, you are able to execute things, tasks come what may. With all constraints, you are able to execute the task. So with this few words, once again, I greet every one of you who have joined hands in making the event grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. You had us hooked, starting from 5 years of tourism to the meaning of Akanksha to what is going on currently. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, sir. Okay, so now we'll move on to the placement offer letters distribution. We have a set of students placed. We are proud. And so we'll move on to that session of our event today. Congratulations to all of them once again. We've reached a number of 53 students placed. Out of the 85 students that had opted for placements, we've reached 53 students are placed. So congratulations to all of you once again. So, yes. So now we move on, and I would like to invite Professor Y. Venkat Rao for his felicitation address. He is the Dean, Students' Welfare and the Associate Professor.
So very good morning to one and all assembled here. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Tharani Mukherjee sir, and today's very special attraction in our 2024 Akanksha from Latvia, and today's our chief guest, Madam and Professor Ajita Livina and her team, and our very long associate and well-wisher and supports as and when we reach them from industry. We have Wilfred Selvaraj, and we have our Dean, and now officiating on behalf of Malavika Madam Natarajan, and whom we consider as our inside member. We all believe that it is a family, and we just always look at him and as treat him and respect him as our family member. And my dear colleague, and who is very silent and very strong in his work, Dr. Anuchandran. And we have again our this year coordinator, Akanksha, Dr. Shari Abraham, and the students coordinator, Muzamil, and friends from Latvia. I am not that much aware all your names, I'm sorry. My officers from university, librarian and professors, and invited guests from industry and academia, from various institutions and organizations, my dear scholars, second year budding managers, and first year under preparation budding managers. And once again, good morning to all. Because my role is very limited, I don't want to take much time, and most of the credentials, my colleague Dr. Anuchandran, Dr. Shari, and the video which is prepared completely brought out what is this DTS all about. And when I look at the journey of this DTS as a part of my felicitation address, it was started 30 years back, and in more than 3 decades, when we see the journey, it is gradually moving ahead, and I got an opportunity to experience the sweetness of tourism. I feel it is it's a God's blessings, and not only me, my colleagues also, when we all take up any work, we see that it is something, it is our home affair. It's a completely dedication, involvement, and commitment so that the passion which is there in the department, it spreads across all the students when they start attending classes and learning from each other. I must say that the department is very friendly and at the same time very strict also. We have two sides, because we see the students when they get into the course as a raw material, and our job is processing the raw material and getting output as a finished product which is ready made to use in industry. That is our responsibility. So in the process we have many milestones, 100% placement and introduction of many innovative, I can say that the best practices. The best practices we have started, including department level alumni association, and we have our own the network, including little fund under this association. And while working in the academic corridors, we also look at surrounded local community, and we are extending our activities, and we just go out of classroom and take our students and respond to various issues, that may be celebration of World Tourism Day or any important days. We are just involving with the local community, including Department of Tourism Studies, Government of India, even Government of Pondicherry. We are very much involving in all the activities, and thereby students are getting very good the field exposure. So this is a journey. In the journey, there are certain highlights. One highlight, I think it is missed in the video. I would like to inform that to all the members attended here. And then we have, in the process, we have started MOUs also. And now here we have on witness, Latvia, the delegation is there, and two of my colleagues visited recently, and then they had a lot of experience and exposure, and definitely that adds a lot of value in the classroom inputs. In the process, six years back, we had another MOU with University of Reims, France, and since then we have started nominating 5 students in every batch. It is the 6th year, and whoever is nominated and then completed 1 semester in abroad, after completing, and some of our students, they settled in abroad. They got job in France itself. And now if I just roughly calculate, more than 30 students nominated in last 6 years, more than that, and then now you can see and how the department is known for its the discipline and its the commitment and preparation of students with the quality and supplying with the dignity to the industry. So these are all our special attributes, what I observe. And with these attributes, so department is moving forward, and now we just started, first of all, spreading our brand image within the nation. I must say that my colleagues also accept with me. Now we are very popular in India. For tourism education, Pondicherry University has its own brand. It's well known across the country. Jammu, Kashmir to Northeast, wherever you go, tourism education in India means Pondicherry is the place for better experience. The students, they come in that way, and then they pursue their career and then become professionals. And recently what we observed in the research front also, our students, now they are there in India in almost all central universities as assistant professors, the students who completed PhD. Now they joined back in academics. And we see that even the scholars who joined in other universities, and after knowing about our culture here, and they're living there after completing 1 or 2 years and then coming back here. And it quite surprised to us. Why you want to come here after completing 1 year there? Sir, here we come to know that here very good research environment is there, and then quality is there, and good resources are there, library is there, and better library when you compare with any other universities. Maybe that is a 3rd rank or even 2nd rank, the best library is there. So all these are the credentials that we just gained in the process of our journey. And now, after just having this brand at the national level, now we have all started moving towards international. And it is not any surprise, and if I use this word, internationalization, and recently I think my colleagues visited Vietnam and then Bangkok, Dr. Sibi, and Shari Madam also recently visited Canada, and before my Anu Chandran and then Sampaji visited Latvia. And this is the way now we are connecting our department, the vibes, and spreading across in different countries, including the neighboring countries, that may be Bangladesh, that may be Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka, Colombo University, they know very well about us. Jaffna University, they know very well about us. And Rajshahi University, Bangladesh, they know very well about us. And this is the way we are spreading our existence across. Now we have again further certain things in internationalization in pipeline. Now we are slowly connecting with Netherlands and then even Hungary. So they are in the pipeline, and definitely we'll see that the students are going to see in the near future international flavor in DTS family. So now you can see that this Akanksha 2024 is so special because of Latvia delegates. And the interaction with them, and then connecting yourself with foreign delegates gives you a kind of channel to look ahead towards internationalizations. So with this, I'm very happy to share my some of my thoughts here and how the journey started and where we are heading. And we would like to see that since our Honorable Vice Chancellor is here, and we wish that he will continue for long. And the department has a potential to make a school by just introducing 1 or 2 courses, and we have that much potential. Rightly, you just identified, sir, and then skill development and skilling of the manpower is very much required for hospitality and tourism in the direction. And here we have very potential industry, the promising department. The future is very bright for the students. So with this, I just stop here, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And I hope we can maintain this international flavor and go and achieve higher heights. Now I would like to invite our guest of honor for today, Shri Wilfred Selvaraj, Managing Director of LGT Holidays.
Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon to everybody. I think, if you don't have a noise as a youth, what else you can do? Very good afternoon to everybody. That's all. So I think, sitting Vice Chancellor, he will think, that's the energy, youth energy. So can we have a round, what do you call, energy from your side? Very good afternoon to everybody. Wonderful, that's nice. So, respected and honorable Vice Chancellor, our head of the department for Pondicherry University Tourism, our all distinguished guests, international, national, and all the professors who are architecting, molding this entire team of students, and all our near dear friends, and the youth of this country. I thank you very much for this opportunity. So I don't wanted to go so deep, but my journey with Pondicherry University is now almost 20-25 years. I'm not a gold medalist, neither a tourism educated person. So I've been a MA postgraduate from Madras Christian College. And I started this journey with just a walk-in interview with Orbit. and my wife and me, we were dating those days, and I saw some walk-in interview with Orbit. I said, let me go for a interview. I went there. They said, you are only eligible for visa executive. I said, okay. But I was very passionate for travel. And then I joined there and I grew with that organization. My first travel was given by my wife. My first flight was been sponsored by my wife. So why I started with that is, Happy Women's Day to everybody. A woman thinks, and I would like to contribute or to say a word, that a woman can, actually they are not the support function. They are sometimes the parallel function of any organization, any institution, any country, any family. So women plays a major role in a life, in a person's life. So they are not a backup support, they are a main support for us. And I thank you very much, especially my wife, for whatever I am today as an organization, as an individual. It's because of her also. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to all of you guys. See, a lot of people today take tourism department as a one-odd option because you are not getting any other option. So the last option is to get a degree in tourism. My dear friends, I think, you have to look around the world. Thailand runs with tourism. Or Singapore runs with tourism. Malaysia runs with tourism. Vietnam, Cambodia, all the countries are running by tourism. I think most of you are aware today, India is growing. We are now becoming almost the 5th largest economy in the world. Though as our Honorable Vice Chancellor said, safety, security in our country is a little bit of concern to the international market, but we are definitely growing and covering that areas also. So what I am saying is, this industry cannot be a job. Unfortunately, this industry requires a lot of investment. Man-hour, your time, I took almost 20 years to reach what I am today. This industry is not like the IT industry where you start up your career and you get 50,000 salary. You can actually have a coat and blazer on the top and have a lungi and still sit and earn that money. You have to be on the field. You have to invest your time. You have to invest your hours. You have to invest your passion. I've been passionate to run this business. I had gold medalist. I do not know whether you know Germany. He was my staff. When I took him in a walk-in interview, his mark was amazing. He was one of my staff because I've never seen the first track. We have always been first from the last. And I always pick up the guys who are from the last. But they have been the best for me today. Not joking, it is serious. All your outstanding students are my best directors and best vice presidents. And one of him is here also, but I am sure he's a good academician. I don't know what about it. But that is the strong point of this university. This university, as Professor Dr. Venkat Rao said, because my journey with him is quite long. And I'm serious that if I would have said 75% of my team, I blindly take from Pondicherry University. Today also, out of my 68 people, I have got the key leadership team of 10 out of 16 people are from Pondicherry University. So I do not know what course you read or study, but I have been fortunate and I have a blind check with you guys that you guys are the best. But only thing is, what happened is, we need to invest our time and energy into the knowledge, into the surroundings, into any businesses. This business of tourism cannot overnight sprout out growth to you. You have to spend ample time. Today I see a major challenge among the friends who are joining, the youngsters who are joining, they will come They wanted within 3 months to 4 months manager position. They wanted to see that they are having all the facilities, no pressures at all. They do not wanted to invest any late nights. They do not wanted to invest any kind of hours extra, but they wanted growth. So what they do is, they today join LGT, tomorrow they will find another fortune, they will join another company. But in the process, what happens is, you lose out your knowledge path. Because any company, let me from the company's friends who are coming here, first year, we don't get returns out of you. Obviously, a professor, when he is teaching you, he is investing his time to build a nation. When a businessman invests on you, he builds his profession career, he builds his business on you. So the first year, we get nothing. The second year, we started getting something out of returns. The third year is actually when we start reaping, that's the time when you guys think that our time is up. So there is a roadmap which is required to invest to all the youngsters which I am talking to you, that you have to invest your time, and this is a beautiful industry. I am telling you, trust my word. I think the current government at the center are really, I am not for any personal government. I am saying overall, there is a huge focus on tourism. I am not lying to you, name it and note it. Next 3 to 4 years time, you will see India in the international market of tourism as the number 2 or number 1 position, and I am sure we all will witness it one day. So with that, and with the women power today, blossoming today as a Women's Day, all day is Women's Day. I think, I just want a kind of lighter note. I think today, I was just, last time also when I was coming, I have not seen one bike without a girl. So, I think, but we keep talking about, men and men and men. It's not men, it's all women and men. My son, he studies in Loyola College. He says, Papa, everything is good, but there is no girls around me. So, women has a very clear focus. So, all of us, generally what happens is, our careers are more focused on spending a lot of time around us, around the women. So, women has a very powerful position in our life. So, but the women, you have to mind it, women are becoming more powerful because they are focusing on their studies rather than you guys. So, let us, with that wish to each other, let all the boys and girls around this group, let us build a nation with tourism. Because see, my business module, I have got 8 companies to grow forward. And we are into real estate, we are into distribution, we are into construction, we are into tourism, all the verticals. But all that doesn't give me passion. It is a base of a personal life, relaxation. It releases a lot of stress. So you are actually a contributor in a big way for a growth of an organization, a growth of a country. So I would wish you all the best. I would thank you, especially Anu sir, for giving me this opportunity. And as I said, from the company side to the, we would, whatever way possible, personally, because for me, this organization, tourism, is not for just money. I wanted to leave a mark in this world. I wanted to leave a mark that I have not just gained out of this tourism industry as a personal level, but also I wanted to contribute to especially the tourism department here, whatever way I possible. That's why this year we have taken the maximum. In fact, we wanted more, and I'm sure we will grow. We have grown from last year. We started in 2016 with just 5 crores in that year. Today we are almost crossed 85 crores, and I'm sure we will grow more with all the people, youngsters who are coming and joining us. Your contributions, your work hardness, your dedication will help us to grow more and more. All the best to you once again, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wise words. That was really moving. Thank you. Now we move forward to a section that means a lot to us, unitedly as the Department of Tourism Studies. Our guest of honor, came forward with an extremely noble gesture of awarding our students for their outstanding performance in areas of academics and co-curricular to keep them motivated and help them grow exponentially. To begin with, the award for Distinguished Alumnus goes to Dr. B. George. The next award is the award for academic excellence to Mohammad Rishal, who has secured the highest CGPA so far.
So while I have a selfish drive here. So I think nothing comes free in this world. Correct? Do you agree with me or not agree with me? Okay, so this awards also is, for me, it's to encourage our friends, one to kind of stay in this industry and also see that we are all recognized. It's not just to give you a prize award. See, just a certificate, I've seen a lot of certificates coming in. I think after some time it doesn't value. But what you receive as a cash. So that means this tourism industry as such, if you see, from a perspective of anything, it is going to be a cash for you guys. So just keep contributing, be at your best. And the least also, don't worry about it. You are also having a brighter future. So God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir's is a kind of story that gives us a lot of inspiration, and sir's words always lift our spirits. We've also already witnessed him during the placements and again today, and it has always been a delight throughout. So yeah, moving on. Now I'd like to invite our chief guest, Professor Ajita Livina, Director of the Institute of Social, Economic and Humanities Research at Vidzim University of Applied Sciences.
Namaste, labrīt, good morning, esteemed professors, fellow students, and esteemed representatives from the tourism industry, our valued partners in the field of tourism studies. It brings me immense joy to stand before you today in Pondicherry, to inspire and share my experiences with you. And actually it's very complicated to talk after Wilfred because he already mentioned the most crucial advices and observations of the tourism studies. And the beginnings of my collaboration with India in tourism studies go back 10 years ago when I was honored with Indian government scholarship. That led me to the dynamic city of the Hyderabad. Why I am telling you this today? Approach every task with utmost responsibility and determination, and the success will undoubtedly follow your dedicated efforts. I am sure about it. Make the most of your studies and internship and bring everything from each talk with every one person. I would like to briefly introduce you to my country and region. Many insights and research results come from this region. And here you see the map of the Europe, then you could see Scandinavia, and 3 Baltic countries, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. And main facts about the Latvia, our capital city is Riga, and we are also prone with almost 500 kilometers sandy beaches in Latvia. We are members of NATO, European Union, and OECD organization and World Trade Organization. We have our own Latvian language, which is a state official country language, but the most of our population also speaks in English, in Russian and German most widely. And about the religious confessions, we have more Evangelical Lutheran, Roman Catholic and Russian Orthodox, and of course some others also. The main cornerstones of our economy are forestry, logistics and food processing, agriculture and green technologies. And also a few words about our collaboration at the international level. Here you can see the main organizations. We were members of the World Tourism Organization until 2012. Since 2016, we are members of OECD and we are close working with European Union Tourism Unit. And also I would like to highlight Joint Tourism Committee between Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. Every year we are making together of all three countries Baltic Connecting International Tourism Forum, mainly for B2B reason. Yeah. And now I would like to focus more on involved stakeholders in tourism planning and development. From the point of public institutions, with whom discussions on the content of tourism studies are needed. And in particular, I would like to highlight the Consultative Council under the Ministry of Economics, where 25 organizations are represented. Because this is a way how academia can collaborate with the tourism industry through these non-governmental organizations and to make some impact and influence on decision making for the tourism industry. The country's priority tourism types are nature tourism, business tourism, medical tourism, cultural and creative tourism. According to these priorities, we also need work close with the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Culture, and also with Ministry of Agriculture, because the Ministry of Agriculture supports rural tourism activities in Latvia. But from education point of view, also we need to meet all requirements by Ministry of Education and Science, and in some cases this is challenging to meet needs of the industry and at the same time to fill requirements by the Ministry of Education. And I already mentioned that non-governmental organizations are very important partners in the development of tourism studies curriculum. And I have highlighted in green the organizations in which our university is a member or associate partner. We are member of Latvian Congress Bureau, member of Restaurant and Hotels Associations. These are more thematical clusters. And then we have special clusters, and we are member of Gauja National Park cluster, and also we are member of Vidzeme Tourism Association. And this helps us to make more stronger these relations between academia and industry, and it makes this process of collaboration more quick when we need partners for several projects which we would like to develop for tourism studies and tourism industry. Yes, please, next. And here you can see the 5 main categories of skills in tourism area. It includes product and experience, design and development. Then you can see sales and marketing and communication. And I cannot see from here all these categories. But below are the horizontal skills, which includes digitalization, personal characteristics, and language skills, which are very important for the tourism industry. And now also I would like to use this option that there are many scholars and also representatives from the industry. I invite you everyone to use this tool, menti.com, by your smartphones, that you could write this code, or you can scan a QR code. And there is one question to name, from your point of view, 3 most important skills for tourism and hospitality industry leaders and labor force. And later I will give feedback via your professors, because we are many participants of this small poll. I hope that everyone got a QR code, or other option that you could write in your smartphones, menti.com, and the code is 7709895. Also, members from the industry, I kindly invite you to use this code or QR code and to write these 3 skills. Later, as I said, I will share results of your this survey. But now I would like to highlight results of the study and surveys conducted in Latvia, Estonia, Finland, and elsewhere shows that the tourism industry primarily needs soft skills for day-to-day operation. In fact, it includes communication, language skills, time planning, responsibility, and attitude, which was already mentioned by Wilfred, accuracy, crisis management. Today we saw already 3 solutions for the crisis management, and the last solution was the best, if you understand that I am meaning this letter. Yeah. But in tourism, it's very important, because you need to solve the problem in moment. You cannot wait. And then digital and technical skills are also very important, including operation with social media accounts, visualizations and design, and work with databases, and to use these databases for analysis to make the best decisions where to invest your money for the marketing, in which markets and in which ways to use. Also, to work with online forms with different kind of digital tools as audio guides and virtual reality solutions. And also it requires some simple basic programming skills that you don't need every minute ask for the help from IT specialists. And then this last group, long-term deliverables on sustainability and circularity in the tourism industry have lower demand, in fact, because it requires long-term vision and the need to contribute, no. And academia can more push to talk and to discuss these issues with the industry about the sustainability and circularity. And from my 20 years of experience in tourism education, I would like to highlight the following key principles for sustainable cooperation between the academia and the tourism industry. And one of the first principles are mutual trust to each other, time contribution from the industry for academia to give advice for scholars and for staff. Understanding that students are diverse with different quality of work, that I as professor cannot promise to the industry that they will get the most excellent solution because the people and students are different. And also we need to provide respectfully critics to the students, to academia and to industry, to each other with respect. And also industry orders to academia are very important because it creates this close cooperation and interaction between academia and industry. If I am involved in some kind of applied research, I know better what is happening at the moment in the industry, and it's easy for me to explain to students and to make some connections or to use my academia contacts for the industry, which can be helpful. And lastly, about these principles, it's very important to ideate and co-create ideas and solutions between academia and industry. And the next step to go from the personal to personal contacts to level organization to organization cooperation. And about the main approaches, how to achieve this successful cooperation between academia and industry, I would like to highlight some of the methods, problem solving that the industry provides these challenges, that students can develop innovative solutions. Also, intensive study weeks and field trips in state and in abroad, also in international student groups. And multidisciplinary student work in teams helps to develop innovative solutions. And also it was mentioned already about the entrepreneurial mindset and experimental mindset, that we must be ready to try to develop, and I think this is the future. And also that industry can provide these themes and subjects for annual thesis, for bachelor thesis and master thesis. And yes, I am also, I hope that we will be able to jointly test all these previously mentioned study methods in the study process, as we have already worked together on the project proposal on advancing sustainability and technology in tourism, hospitality and services studies through strategic industry partnership. And there, our university is the lead partner of the project proposal, and we have partners Pondicherry University and also National Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management from Hyderabad. And another partner from the Europe, we have Setúbal Polytechnicum from the Portugal. And I hope that this project proposal will be accepted, and we will work together to implement this project. As well as we submitted the Erasmus Mobility project for future cooperation for the next year, which includes mobility between academia and staff exchange and also student mobility. I hope that also it will be approved. And finally, I would like to invite and announce 10th International Tourism Study Association Biennial Conference 2024, which will be held in Latvia, in Riga, from 17 to 20 September. And the main keywords of this conference is sustainable, smart and secure tourism and hospitality. And here you can see the website of the conference, and I will be happy also to have participants from India. And all details about the application and deadlines are published in the website. Thank you very much for your attention. Thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this presentation. It was really a great overall view of the MOUs and the university. Thank you. And moving forward, now it's time to honor the dignitaries. So I would like to invite our Vice President, Professor Tarani Karasu, to honor our chief guest, Professor Agita Levina.
Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, esteemed guests of honor, distinguished faculty members, research scholars, dear batchmates, a very good morning to one and all present here. As we draw the curtains on this remarkable inaugural day of Akanksha 24, it is with deep sense of gratitude and fulfillment I extend my sincere thanks to each and every one of you who have made this inaugural session a phenomenal start. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Agita Levina from Vidzim University, Latvia, for gracing us with her presence and sharing her valuable insights with us. Your presence has added immense prestige and wisdom to our event, and we are truly honored to have the opportunity to learn from you. I would like to express our sincere appreciation to our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tarani Karasu, for delivering an inspiring presidential address. Your words of wisdom and vision have set the tone for the rest of the program, and we are grateful for your enduring support and guidance. A heartfelt thanks to our guest of honor, Mr. Wilfred Selvaraj, Managing Director of LGT Holidays, for joining us today and for your continued support towards our endeavors. Your presence has truly enriched our event, and we are grateful for your insights and expertise in the tourism industry. Also, we are grateful for your noble gesture in uplifting students and keeping up their spirits. We look forward to have you again for more motivation and inspiration, sir. I would also like to extend our gratitude to Professor P. Natarajan, Dean in Charge, School of Management, and Professor Y. Venkat Rao, Dean Student Welfare, and Professor at the Department of Tourism Studies, for their felicitation addresses. Your words of encouragement and appreciation have uplifted our spirits and motivated us to strive for excellence. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our head of the department, Professor R.C. Anuchandran, for delivering a warm and welcoming address and for his unshakable support towards the success of Akanksha. I would like to express a special thanks to Dr. Sherry Abraham, Faculty Coordinator of Akanksha 24, for providing us with insights into the scope and objectives of this esteemed program. Your dedicated guidance and hard work has been instrumental in making Akanksha a success, and we are grateful for your leadership and guidance. I would also like to thank Dr. CBPS and Professor Sampath Kumar Swain sir for immense support and guidance. Last but not least, a special thanks to Mr. Ivan Vishwas, Scholar Coordinator of Akanksha 24, for giving continuous support and cooperation throughout the event. Your leadership, guidance, and hard work has been instrumental in making this esteemed program a resounding success. To all our faculty members, research scholars, students, volunteers, and staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the success of today's event, we extend our heartfelt thanks. Your dedication, hard work, and enthusiasm have been the driving force behind the seamless execution of Akanksha 24. Once again, I, along with all the coordinators and volunteers, thank each and every one of you for your unwavering support, participation, and contributions. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.